Okay, so Bitcoin is dipping and now you got the correction you wanted. Now you have the chance of getting those entries. So we're going to look at none other than 7 altcoins with good entries at these levels. I have bought some already and some I think can go lower. Join my VIP to know when I buy and sell. More about this at the end of the video. Give me a like, subscribe, and remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Okay, so first up, we got Ponke. Now, Ponke has shown to be able to pump massively when the market conditions are met. We hit an all-time high of 70 cents, and now we're down more or less 50%. I still think this coin is a great risk to reward play in terms of memes. They have, in my opinion, one of the best Web2 marketing right now. They're built on Solana, listed on good normie exchanges. I think these levels are pretty good DCA levels. I personally already have a pretty big bag of Ponke since me and the Discord bought at 5 cents, but I might also be looking for a new entry very soon. I really believe that this is one of the best risk reward memes out there. I think this can do millions in market cap. I really do. I'd be very surprised if this does not at least do a 10x from this price. Next up, we got OTK. Now, a lot of people were kind of panicking for not having a position in this one. Once this started to pump, we went all the way up to 5 cents. People were asking me multiple times a day, Camel, I should have gotten into OTK, but I'm too late now. And I kept on telling people, please be patient because most likely we will have a correction. And guys, be very careful with that FOMO mentality. That mentality is going to get you wrecked. I don't want to see any of my followers getting wrecked, okay? So now we're seeing the correction. Now you can begin to look for an entry. Keep in mind, I still think we can go way lower than this, okay? But if you want to get a position, you can start off small and then take it slow and steady. There is no rush. Rushing in crypto, like I said, it will get you wrecked. Now, as for OTK as a project, I think it has all the fundamentals. It's built on Solana, good games, addictive games that people actually play. So many shitty games are being launched today. And you got to start to ask yourself, are people actually going to play this? But these games, the OTK games, are really good. I think OTK can easily do a 50x from today's price and probably even way more. Next up, we got Caspa. Now, this is just a play where it kind of speaks for itself. All I can do is show the chart and everyone, including the biggest Caspa hater, will be silenced. How can you argue with this chart? How can anyone argue with something that performs like this when everything else is bearish? And I've also heard people being afraid that it's not correlated with Bitcoin and only pumps when everything else is bearish. Really sounds like a made-up argument, but I'm serious. I've actually seen that a lot. And again, I'm just going to point to the chart, pumped all the way, both in bullish times and in bearish times. So here's the thing with Caspa and why it's on the list today, because we haven't seen it dipping too much. And that's the thing. You got to start to wonder if this dip will ever come. We reached an all-time high of about 20 cents, even in times like these. And this is what a project that is truly fundamentally solid looks like, by the way. And everyone expects a huge correction, and it just does not happen. We're looking at the strongest chart. We might dip a little bit more, who knows, but there is a reason that this project is one of my biggest allocations. So if you haven't gotten yourself a bag of Caspa, I would seriously consider it, even at these levels, but please keep in mind DCA. Do not rush anything in crypto. Next up, we got Render. Now, this is another project I'm very bullish on, and you know this if you've been following the channel for some time. We got a huge correction down to the $5 range. I think this is a great buying opportunity for Render. Not financial advice, of course. I don't think we've seen close to what Render can achieve. And yes, Render is a dinosaur project. And yes, there are hundreds of render competitors out there, but this one is one of those projects that can actually prove that it can perform. We saw that ever since the lows of 2022. Oh, and by the way, let me piss off some people real quick. If you're holding a project that hasn't done much since the lows of 2022, why should it do something now? Why are you betting on something to do something that it hasn't been able to do in recent times? Does not make sense to me at all. Why wouldn't you just invest in a project that has proven that it can actually do what you're betting on it to do? I digress. My point is, I think Render has proven that it can perform and is looking very good at these levels. Next up, we got Mavia. I just did a dedicated video to this project. I think it's one of the best risk to reward gaming projects out there right now. I think this is heavily undervalued for the kind of business model that these guys have. This is a pretty clear no-brainer to me. Game is very similar to Clash of Clans, a game that people actually play. And like I stated earlier, So many games are just trash that no one is going to play. The games that people play are games like Axie Infinity, easy to play games that you can actually earn good rewards from. And Mavia already has 1 million downloads. So yeah, we've been correcting for a long time here, obviously, but I do believe that these levels are a very good entry for Mavia. Next up, we got Alium. Same thing with OTK. People were kind of panicking for not having a big enough Alium bag when this pumped not too long ago. Patience. We will have a correction, and we're seeing that now. I still think we can go much lower for this project, so keep that in mind. But if you want exposure, you can start off with a small amount and then DCA your way down. But Alium is a super solid layer 1 project, proven it can pump, should be on your radar. Next up, we got Aite Tech. Together with many of the other projects, is no stranger to correction. I've seen many people being quite fearful with this one. It's down about 80% from its all-time high, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but it really isn't the end of the world. Many other utility projects, AI projects, are down the same, if not more. Even Tau is down close to 70%, AGI is down 80%, ChainGPT 77%, Akash 80%, and of course smaller projects that are good projects are down more. For instance, Ort is down closer to 90%. The AI hype has calmed down together with the entire market being bearish. Really isn't anything to fear in my opinion, and I do believe that AI will be the biggest narrative for this cycle and that Aite Tech will perform very well. The project has a lot of extremely bullish things coming its way, so Aite Tech, absolutely a good accumulation zone at these levels. The VIP has been live for 1 month and we've already made tens of X's. You will be able to DM me around the clock, get your portfolio reviewed, get access to courses, see my portfolio, see my trades, only for $45. For my services, other YouTubers charge hundreds of dollars. Go check for yourself. We have a really strong community right now, limited spots of course for this price. So if you actually want to make money in this bull run, I'll see you there. Take care and stay safe.